Welcome to episode 2. How are environmental issues important in our daily life? We saw what is the environment as part of E, S, and G. But what is really so important? How does it impact us? If you ask me honestly, I don't really see too much of things. I live a good life. I'm healthy. A lot of things are happening. I play, I work out, I go to work. I have a nice life in general. Well, that's a question all of you may have, the same way I had, at least 2, 3 years back. But this is critical. Let's start with small things. How many sparrows do you see these days outside from your window? Do you see a manna? Do you see any peacocks? And I remember all of this when I was a kid. They used to be all around in Mumbai. So many pretty butterflies were there all over, colorful. I used to run around trying to catch them in a city like Mumbai. Where are they gone? I don't know. I would see trees. There used to be lovely trees called parijat trees. These were tiny white flowers with orange stems, and they fall from a large tree only between 3 and 4 in the morning. And it is a whole bed of white and orange with the most fantastic smell you can ever imagine. Mumbai city. Where are the parijat trees? When I go out to run in the morning sometimes, I get completely breathless. I never get breathless. So what is the problem? Pollution. Not maybe, but definitely. You've all heard about what happens in Delhi. Continuous pollution and ppm and particles per million and all these fancy things which you keep hearing about. What is that? Carbon in the air. So much of pollution by vehicular traffic, by emissions, by running cars more than usual, and all of that is contributing to a very bad overall physical environment around us. Again, question number 2, all this is fine, but is it still impacting me? Yes, of course it's impacting you. I will tell you one thing, and I'm sure you can relate, all of you, with it. How many people do you know around you, your family or your friends or someone, who generally eat okay? They are not overeating. They are not even eating too bad all the time. However, they seem to keep on putting on more weight. How many people have you come across that? I have so many. And never believed them till I saw them eat. And they're like, hey, you eat less than me. But they are. One of the main causes which has been found is pollution, and pollution not just in the air and water, but pollutants in the food that we eat. We have chemicals in our food, and that changes how our body functions. Big, big, big problem. The other big problem that you will see, people are getting more and more breathless, right, while walking. You heard people wheezing. Mumbai, not so much, because you have this lovely sea and everything gets thrown over that. But when you look at landlocked cities like Delhi, there is a challenge. The other big issue which has been found is it contributes to your physical health. By physical health, I mean high blood pressure. I mean things like hyperthyroid. You've heard of all of this, I'm sure, because at an early age, you get to learn all this. Hyperthyroid is, when you start putting on a weight without any reason. Blood pressure used to happen in the old days when there was a lot of stress. Now, blood pressure happens without stress. One of the core reasons is pollution. Because you're eating wrong food with a lot of chemicals and a lot of sugars inside, you get it right. Diabetes, the sugar disease. Then, of course, you cannot ignore your lung problem. And all of this has an impact on your digestion. All of this then has an impact on your mind. So during COVID, you may have read and heard or seen on TV, so many people were getting mental health issues. One of the main reasons was also the physical environment which was contributing. It was not just COVID by itself. Imagine if the air was good, water was good, environment was green, and then you had COVID. Things would be 50% better. So we ourselves have caused such a large problem with the environment. And especially those things in the urban areas, we do not have access anymore to good facilities. And by facilities, I don't mean a club. I mean the green trees, the walk in the sand, the breathing of fresh air. Right? And I think we have to search for those places to get these small, small joys of life. How do we now understand this even better? You can just do a few things yourself, or maybe just very little. Just start eating healthy. And by eating healthy, does not just mean fruits and all, right? Whenever you buy something to eat, Just look at the labels of the package. There are some items where labeling includes certain kinds of chemicals, and some packages where there are no chemicals. Eat them separately for a few days. Eat for 5 days item A, 5 days item B. See if you see any difference. You will see a difference. That will tell you that yes, a certain chemical also causes certain changes inside you. Big difference. The other small thing, remember we spoke about breathing the air at different times of the day? Now take it one step further. Try brisk walking only for 5 minutes to 7 minutes at those same times during 4 times of the day and see what happens. That is when you'll actually see the impact of air pollution inside you. So now I'm not talking things we do not understand, like deforestation, ruining and destroying trees all around you. Because frankly, being a Mumbaikar, which I am, I hardly see any trees. In fact, I hardly saw any trees when I was born, right? So this I cannot relate to, but these things I can relate to because it's affecting me now and here. And that is the impact of environment. I hope you got the message on the environment and how do you assess it and understand that it is degrading. Thank you.